everybody, so today's video is going to be my recently reads video, and this is going to be August, September, and October, a wrap up for those 3 months. And yeah, so I read some pretty good books in the last 3 months. Really excited, more than I actually thought I would because it's been really busy, but really excited about this. So we're going to start with August. I read The Scary Stories Treasury by Alvin Schwartz. If I remember, I'll put the pictures on the screen. If I don't, I'm really sorry. But I own most of these books, but I could not be bothered to go and get them. Like, I'm fucking lazy right now, and I don't know why. I'm just... brain fart. Yeah, so I read Scary Stories Treasury. I'm looking down at my Goodreads page. This one was really good. Obviously, I love these books. It's a treasury, so it's the 3 books in the series. And I love the illustrations. This edition of it, I really like. It's like a Barnes & Noble edition, I think. But the illustrations are really good. I would highly recommend, if you have not read these books, read the originals. I would not, well, Brett Hellquist did a really good job with them. But like, these ones are a lot more creepy and really spooky. So I would recommend to read the original ones. And the reason I read this in August was because the movie was coming out, and I watched the movie and I enjoyed the movie. But obviously I really love this book. I've read these books since I was a kid, so like, obviously I love them. So read that one. And I think there's something that I'm gonna start doing. What was that? An email. Okay. Shane Dawson started a live show 30 minutes ago. Great. Okay, I missed that. He never does live shows too. Gosh, brain farting today, Richard. What am I gonna do? Oh, I think I'm gonna stop telling you guys star ratings, because I've just discovered that I don't really care that much about like star ratings anymore. And like, even on, on Goodreads, I have to do it, but like, I don't really care that much. I just want to tell you guys whether I really liked something or not. If I really did not like it, whatever. I don't really care about star ratings anymore, so I'm probably just gonna stop doing that. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something that just bothers me. I don't know. Like, the star ratings in books don't really mean shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. Rant over. I'm weird. Okay, next one that I read in August was Thornhill by Pam Smythe. And this one is a really good one. It is told in pictures and in diary entries. Very like Brian Selznick. So if you like Brian Selznick, you probably will really enjoy this one. This one is a lot darker and spooky. It's kind of like a ghost story, and it is really good. I don't want to say much about it because it's actually, there's things happening in it. It's a little bit of a mystery, so I don't want to say much, but I will say, and it's about a girl who moves to this house, and she sees this house across the street, and then there's this girl like walking around it, and she's like wondering what this girl's doing there since it's like abandoned. And the girl ends up like, almost every day is kind of like, hey, like, come over here. And the girl's like, okay, I'll finally go over there. And then she discovers things are not what they seem. Yeah, okay, that's all I'll say about it. But yeah, it's really creepy. Also really sad though, just letting you know. But it's really good. The next one that I read in August was The Lamp from the Warlock's Tomb by John Bellairs. This is actually the last one that I read in August. This is my favorite John Bellairs book of all time. Like, I want so bad for them to turn this one into a movie. Like, if I could pick a John Bellairs book that I want them to turn into a movie, it would be The Lamp from the Warlock's Tomb. I really hope that I will get that chance to do that one day. Like, that's like a goal of mine. I would love to make one of his books into a movie, even though there's already one in The House with the Clock on its Walls. I'm still waiting on them to make a sequel. I want to see The Figure in the Shadows. I think that would be really awesome. But I really want to see this one turn into a movie because it is so good. It is so creepy and so scary, and I love it. But if you have not read a John Bellairs book, I would recommend picking up my favorite one, which is The Lamp from the Warlock's Tomb. Yes, obviously. But yeah, so I read that one. And then we're getting into September, and I read books 9 and 10 in the Eerie Elementary series. I read book 9, which is The Art Show Attacks, and book 10, which is The End of Orson Eerie. These are both by Jack Shavert. And I really like these ones. These are more like, Branches books, like, like starter, like children's middle grade books. And I guess these are more for like 4th or like 5th graders. I don't really know. Maybe like 3rd and 4th graders. I know you're probably like, you're reading like those types of books. I don't care. Reading is reading. But like, I just wanted to read them because they were so cute, and they're also really creepy, and like spooky children's books are like so awesome to me. So yeah, I read them. Why the hell not? And I read 10 of them. So yeah, they were 100 pages each. Yeah, I don't know why I'm trying to like, you know, defend myself. I don't give a shit. They're good books. And then the last one that I read in September was Matilda by Roald Dahl. And I think I read two other books of his, right? I read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Was it last year or was it this year? And The Witches. I really loved them. And then I read Matilda, and this is my third Roald Dahl one, and I really like his book, so I think I want to check out more. I know people keep telling me to read James and the Giant Peach, so, and I haven't seen that movie in a minute, so I think I might want to read that one and then watch the movie. But yeah, so I read that one, and I really liked it, and then I read the audiobook with it too, and it was narrated by Kate Winslet, which, she's amazing, so yeah, that was awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into October. So in October, I read The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn, and this one is a book that will mess with your mind. Like, Gillian Flynn knows how to fuck with your head. Like, she's just so good at that. So I also really want them to turn this into a movie. I think this would be a really good Netflix movie, and I don't know why they haven't done it yet. Like, I know it would be really good. I know it. So they need to do that. But this is really good. It's a ghost story, but maybe not. Yeah. So I would highly recommend it. It's 60 pages, like, and you feel like you're reading a whole book. Like, that's how good it is. Like, you feel like you're like, just read it. It's so good. It's so good. And also too, like, for me with October, I don't normally read in October. Like, every time I do TBRs, I pick like 1 or 2 books, and I almost always never really get to any of them because I love to, like, you know, celebrate October. You know, watch horror movies, and like that's my month to do that. And I'm surprised that I was able to read 3 books in October, so that's really cool for me. Then I read Down a Dark Hall by Lois Duncan, and I read a couple of Lois Duncan books like in middle school. I don't really remember them, but I read, like, you know, Christopher Pike and R.L. Stine and Diane Ho, and is it Carrie Ellis? I'm not sure. But I read some of those when I was younger, and of course really liked them. They were really corny, and I thought this was going to be corny in like 90s and like whatever. This one actually came out in the 70s. But holy crap, this one was good. Like, really good. I would highly recommend you read this if you can get a chance to get it, especially with the audiobook. This is really, really good. It is so spooky. It's very gothic horror. Like, it reads like a Victorian book. That's what it reads like to me, and I love that so much. But this was really good, and there's things I see coming sometimes in books, and I write books, so I sort of know, you know, things like that, and I can see things, you know, coming, and there's something in this book that I was like, oh, and I was like, oh my gosh, I did not see that coming. So to do that to me, I was like, oh, okay, good for you. That was crazy, so highly recommend that one. And then the last one I read is The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury. This one is one that I've read numerous times. I think I read it the first time when I was younger, but obviously really loved it. I read it with an audiobook that I found on YouTube because I like the narrator better. I'm really picky with narrators. They gotta be good. If they sound monotone and boring, no. And I don't know why they even hire people who sound like that to do audiobooks. Like, are you trying to put people to sleep? Yeah, like, So I'm really picky with narrators, and I found one on YouTube that I really enjoyed, and it just made the book like 10 times better. And I obviously really enjoyed it, so I love that one. So far this year, I read 36 books, and my goal is 40 books. Will I hit it? I don't know. Do I care? I don't care. But yeah, so, I will say this. I did start Small Spaces in October. I did finish this in September, so I'm going to go ahead and hold off on talking about this until the next one. But it was alright. There, I'll tease you guys saying that. So watch my next one when I do it at the end of probably January. Sorry, you guys are going to wait a long time. I'll just say, look at my Goodreads. I probably did a little review on there. But yeah, alright. So that's pretty much it. I will see you guys next time with another video. Really hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you guys already read any of these books and what you thought of them. But don't give me any motherfucking spoilers. You guys know the drill. And I will see you all next time. Have a great reading month. Have a great reading months coming up. And I will see you all. Bye.